defend yourself at all times, obey my commands at all times, no elbow points. If you'd like to touch gloves, touch them now, come out ready to fight.
Tap of the gloves, and we are now set for this middleweight contest.
This is a world-class matchup. It's a privilege for us to be able to see this tonight. Two intense guys ready to go. The crowd is jacked.
And here we go. Fight is underway, scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds here. Jesse Bongfeldt and Chris the Warrior Fontaine.
We're going to notice that Jesse has a really unorthodox striking style. Oh, it just wades right in. He's got a real unorthodox striking style, really different than the typical boxing Muay Thai style that people use. But man, it's confusing for a lot of guys.
Chris Fontaine just being patient right now. And there he goes in. I think neither man here wants to make that initial mistake. I mean, these are two very high caliber middleweights.
Well, that's just it. Jesse's hands are low. He leads with kicks, and typically that means you can step in and throw your right hand. But it's just so dangerous to step into his territory and into his range that it changes the way that this fight unfolds. You can just feel something's going to happen too. Fontaine's starting slow, and you get the feeling.
Oh, there's a nice right kick by Fontaine.
Nice little skip step there from Jesse. But those leg kicks, that's a baseball bat hitting meat right there. And
we talked about Fontaine's knees and legs to boot as well. Very, very strong delivery by Fontaine.
Yeah, but Jesse's a powerhouse.
Accidental low blow.
Nobody likes getting hit in the boys. But, two warriors are ready to go. Finishes with a kick. That is nice stuff right there. See, he looks so different than most strikers. And for a lot of guys, that's a bad thing. For Jesse, that's a good thing. It works for him. He's turned it into his own style. Nice, crisp shots from Fontaine. I think, really, Fontaine's corner wants him to start quicker than this. They want him to get in there. Oh, man. You can't just face another 185-pound athlete and take those all night. Neither guy can do that.
Bongfeldt, of course, the southpaw stance, which is always very, very tricky to figure out, which I think Fontaine is realizing here. Being slightly tentative here in the opening minutes here with Bongfeldt.
You'll probably see Jesse change his stance. Again, a rarity in mixed martial arts. Very nice little skip step to a right sort of overhand. His techniques are so different.
There we go, a brief exchange and a big left kick there from Bongfeldt.
You may see Jesse switch. He switches at times here, but I believe he's right-handed. And nice. This is a tricky, deceptive fight. Both guys are in a tough fight. They're feeling some of these leg shots. They're feeling some of these glancing punches, and they can tell that any one of these could end the fight.
Fontaine has fought some of the biggest Canadian fighters: David Loiseau, Jason McDonald, Jason Doomsday. A huge resume for both men, and he catches him.
Beautiful straight right. And Jesse goes downstairs and looks for the takedown. Very nice. Turns the corner and gets the double. Now he's in a nice position. Again, Jesse will take an unorthodox approach here. He's not going to settle into, a normal pass like somebody. He'll take this scramble and just use his athleticism to throw shots.
And Fontaine trying to work his guard now, but
Fontaine's looking for a sweep or an armbar there, but Bongfeldt's just staying centered. He's keeping his hips low. He's basing out nicely.
Now closes his guard and open there for a second.
Fontaine is just he will fight anybody. He will step up. He's had 30 fights. He will step up and fight anyone. And,
both men being brought into the middle of the ring.
You could have even done a stand-up there. You got a closed guard, not a lot of action, but we love to see the ground game, too. That's what makes this sport special. This is the sport of fighting. This is not the sport of punching or the sport of kicking or the sport of choking. This is the sport of fighting, and it's great to see all the elements. Nice move. The subtlety that happened right there. Fontaine went to shift his hips, and Jesse just dropped his and stayed out of danger. He looked to step over and get the pass there, but he's wrapped up pretty tight by Fontaine.
And now Bongfeldt gets back to his feet.
Bongfeldt can hip in here and try to put a little bit of pressure. If he stays down like that, he doesn't really have anything. Now you can see he's thinking about trying to pass to his right, Bongfeldt is.
And it looks like Fontaine here on his back, basically trying to neutralize Bongfeldt securing that right arm of Bongfeldt.
See, when Bongfeldt's arm is inside of Fontaine's, he's in a position to throw that elbow. Right there, his left. Oh, that's a risk you take when you go to throw some of those submissions up, is that you risk getting passed. And Bongfeldt passed him and then settled right back in here and started throwing bombs. He's landing some big shots. Fontaine's been here before, though, with some of the best. Oh, nice hammer fist to the stomach. Again, you know, you see different choices out of Jesse Bongfeldt.
And that's the end of the first round.
A very interesting fight between these two. A very interesting round. A tough round. A lot of respect from both guys, but, you know, we're going to see what happens in round 2.
Sure. Fontaine's corner definitely weighing in on their thoughts. Bongfeldt, as you mentioned, Robin, not a very easy guy to figure out. Very unorthodox style, and I think Fontaine is realizing that.
Yeah, it's tough to figure out what we've learned from this about Jesse in one round. He's a very different fighter. But really, at this point, you encourage both guys, and you send them in there and get them to get back to work.
We'll be coming back with the second round of this middleweight contest with Jesse Bongfeldt and Chris Fontaine, right here on the Fight Network. Nine. Sound good? Yes, sir!
Step into the ring, the Fight Network!
We're back here in Winnipeg, Manitoba, site of CFC2. John Pollock, along with Canadian mixed martial artist Robin Black. And we're enjoying this middleweight contest with Jesse Water Bongfeldt and Chris Fontaine as both men preparing for the second round of action.
Oh yeah, everybody's enjoying this fight. It's a good-looking fight. You know, if you're in Fontaine's corner, you can see Augie Denatal there in his corner. He's probably telling him we want to start faster now. We want to start a little quicker, start to let his hands go. But then Jesse comes out with that unorthodox, very
spinning kick.
And most guys cannot get away with that. And those side kicks, I mean, a lot of what Jesse's throwing, most guys can't get away with, but he gets away with it. And really, if you're going to face him, it's tough. You don't want to fight a guy like Jesse Bongfeldt because you have to prepare specifically for him, and it's tough to prepare for him because there's not a lot of guys who fight like him.
And there you see just the footwork of Bongfeldt going from the orthodox stance to southpaw stance, and very, very tricky to figure out, as you were mentioning earlier.
Yeah, and his hands are low, and he's got a bounce going. He's leading with kicks. Look at that. But and it's not like he's fighting an inexperienced fighter. Fontaine has been around, but he's really confusing him. Fontaine has got to take those kicks and answer with his hands. I mean, that's the basic response. Whether or not that'll work against a guy like this, we don't know. But that's your best bet, is to take the kicks and answer back with hands.
Chris Fontaine is not a fighter you want to leave your chin open to. You watch his TKO fight with Steve Vigneault, and that was a fight where Vigneault's nose looked like a jigsaw puzzle afterwards.
These two are really, really trading here. And it's a testament to their conditioning and the fact that they're relaxed in these exchanges, that one of them hasn't dropped yet.
Man, exchanging kicks here. And Bongfeldt seems to just be tentative, almost waiting for Fontaine to engage and possibly make a mistake and capitalize.
And that's the thing, is you'll often notice on these higher level fights where guys are a lot more experienced that it takes a little longer because they're not willing to just take a crazy risk and be at risk of losing. You know, they fight smart fights. They fight a little more conservative fights because that's what experience teaches you. Very nice knee.
Oh, and that
powerful
was a beautiful body kick. And now Bongfeldt raining down with rights.
Wow. Fontaine is in trouble.
Fontaine needs to get out of this
somehow.
Oh,
knee to the chest, to the sternum. And hammer fist, more hammer fist. Fontaine is stunned. Here comes again.
Oh,
another sternum. Knees to the head are not allowed, but a knee to the sternum, like that is a beautiful choice here. And he's just hammering away on him, and he's preventing him from getting his guard or getting back.
Fontaine does not have a defense for this. He's just cradling up.
Oh, man. The knees to the sternum, that's it.
You can't take too many of those knees, Robin. Unbelievable.
The trauma, it's like being in a car accident. To feel a 185-pound professional athlete drive those knees in your chest. And again, it's something, it's a way we don't see fights finished often. Incredible finish.
Chris Bongfeldt, he was patient throughout the second round and then just waited there for his opening, saw it, and those knees on the ground spelled the difference. 3 really, really solid knees to the sternum and to the ribs of Fontaine. Bongfeldt now improving to 18-3, and Team Winnipeg and Team World tied up now at 2 apiece to set up our main event. We are now going to get the official decision in the ring for this huge middleweight contest. Jesse Bongfeldt has to be very, very happy with this win. And there we have Robin Black congratulating the winner, Jesse Water Bongfeldt. There in his corner. A huge win here for Bongfeldt, and Chris Fontaine showing a very, very strong effort in this contest, but those knees would have stopped any fighter at that point. The official also congratulating Bongfeldt. And this crowd definitely appreciative of this huge win and this effort by Bongfeldt. There's Chris Fontaine. Not sure what hit him, but we can tell you 3 solid knees to the sternum. Let's get the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, there are not 2 tougher guys in mixed martial arts. Let's hear for these 2 athletes one more time. Referee Jaron Ballell stepped in at 2:28 of the second round and stopped the fight by TKO for our winner, Jesse Water Bongfeldt.
Bongfeldt winning this one with a stoppage via knees at 2:28 of the second round.